guys, Eighteenth here and welcome back to a brand new video, and today it's finally here, the answers to the 1k subscriber Q&A. And to read out these questions, I have got a special guest with me. Special guest, please introduce yourself.
Doors opening, lift going down.
I wonder who that is.
The one and only Falkirk.
Right then, let's get straight into the questions, I'd say. So we're going to start with the ones that were asked first, because why not? And that's how we started the comments, so it's easy to just to life, basically. So what's the first question going to be?
Top of the list from AC Trains is question 1. Do you ever plan filming lifts outside of the UK?
Got no immediate plans, but you never know what will happen in the future.
That's true. Number 2. Would you ever want to surf a lift?
I just... If I had permission to do a video of surfing a lift, then I'd definitely do it. But, like, I wouldn't want to do, like, unauthorized stuff for lifts. That's just not my sort of thing.
And number 3. What is the most unusual lift you have ever found?
Well, I'd have to say it's Sheffield's Paternoster, because I think there's only like 2 left in the UK. And I think that's also one of the tallest in Europe or something. I need to fact check that in editing, but that's probably the most unique lift I've ever seen. And why not? Let's just put a shameless plug. Here's an info card with the video right now, because yes. So go watch that after the Q&A. Who's next then?
Foxorolo YT. Question 1. What is your favourite lift voice?
Ooh, I've never really... No, let's see here. Let me have a think about that. I'd probably have to say... Oh, I actually don't know. I've never really thought about this. Never really thought about favourite lift voices. There's ones that I like, but ones that I don't like. But I've never really specifically picked a favourite. It'd probably be between sort of mid-2000s, early 2010s Ecodisc, or Otis 2000 Please Select Your Floor. Maybe Schindler Eurolift sneaks in there as well. Let's see, what others have we got? Honourable mention, just because it kind of sounds a bit stupid, that this lift is going up voice. It's like, this lift is going up. That's the honourable mention. So there you go, long answer, but it counts.
Number 2, what is your favourite model Fox lift? Zeltec model C Scratch.
Well, I've barely used Scratch nowadays, so I'm going to have to say I have absolutely no clue. And if you're wondering why I barely use Scratch, copy remixers. The site's full of them now and it's absolutely annoying, but I'm not going to ramble on too much about that in this video, because otherwise it's going to turn into a full-blown rant and I can't be bothered with one of those.
I am very involved with that rant. Number 3, what is the worst lift voice?
I'd have to just go with Leicester, to be honest, because it's just not very happy about anything. It's especially going down, it's just like, going down. It just sounds like it just doesn't want to exist.
Please mind the doors. Doors closing.
Yes, the emphatic Leicester. I'll give it the emphatic Leicester is interesting, but I don't think I've actually come across one of those in person.
The UK.
There's probably some in the UK somewhere, but I've never seen one in person yet.
Question set 3 is from Happy Pizza 64.
Righty.
Number 1, what specs does your computer have?
I did not look this up before recording this, so how about I just stick it in text in the video right now? There you go, that's the answer.
Number 2, random question, but McDonald's or Burger King?
Beefeater Grill for the Schindler. In other words, neither.
Yeah, I'm thinking McDonald's all the way. But number 3, Old Express or Old Otis?
Well, I've seen a fair share of Old Otises. I've not seen many Expresses. Depends what sort of era of Otis you're talking about there. If you're talking like 80s or 90s, then well, I haven't seen any expresses past the 60s, so I couldn't really comment on those. And I have seen 1990 and 1994 Otis Europa 2000s, so from that era, I'd have to be biased towards the Europas. But if we're talking 60s, not so familiar with the old Otises. I've seen like one, maybe two. Was there two? Was there one? Maybe one. Probably one. That's still the original buttons. I have seen the Express Lifts of Liverpool video up on screen right now, and I'd have to say, with those original buttons, those just have to take the top spot. Those are just those buttons are just they're unique and they're really nice to press. And yes, just yes.
Notice that we could technically get in for the 70s in Debenhams and Stirling if my friend who works there can get us into it, because it's still original and still works.
I'd love to get into that one, but just have to see, I guess.
And seeing the top floor that's shut off, still 70s would be the best.
Floor 2 and floor 3.
It goes, because the Thistles is taller than just shopping mall and first floor for the shops. There is like 3 floors above it.
It's a weird one, isn't it? I think Happy Pizza's got something under a little read more there, so we might as well answer that.
If possible, would you go to Dublin?
Well, I would have to. There'd be a number of factors involved in deciding where to go, but like, it would have to be a matter of. It'd have to be a matter of deciding at a time. I mean, if it was possible, then it would be possible, but at the moment, I honestly have no idea. But hey, you never know.
Question set 4 is from Northern Irish Lips. Number
Alrighty.
1. If I ever thought of going to Scotland, is there any particular town or city recommendation?
All the cities, simple. That's the simple answer. They've all got a load of lifts.
2. Do you ever plan to come to Northern Ireland or the south of Ireland?
And we've sort of answered that with the last question. There'd be a lot of factors involved in deciding where to go, so there's no sort of concrete thing in place. But again, you never know.
And number 3, where is your favourite EcoDisc?
Now this depends on what generation of EcoDisc you're referring to. So if I had to say first gen, then it would of course be the one at the top of the Cairngorm Funicular Railway, which I haven't seen since 2018, and I'm dying to go see again. But of course, with current circumstances and the railway being out of action, that's not possible, and it's really sad because that's one of the lifts I've been in a lot before I became a lift enthusiast. So that's kind of that. In terms of second gen, it would have to be school lifts. And one of them actually is a double clunker. And, well, no, I won't be able to get a thing of these. I've not got a video of them yet, although I'm hoping to. So we'll see what happens with that.
Clunk.
Yeah, it goes.
Was clunk. Tongue.
In terms of third gen, I'd have to go for Debenhams, Eldon Square, Newcastle, the right hand lift there, I think, if that's the one that doesn't have pre-doors, because let's just say the motor on that is quite simply epic. As for fourth gen, I've not seen particularly many, so I'd have to go for Sterling's ones right now. I recall seeing one. Oh, it was Boots in Edinburgh. Was it in Edinburgh? Oh, it can't have been. There was another one. There's one in Boots in Edinburgh. But there was another one that I've seen somewhere. I think it must have been back in 2018. I can't quite remember where it was. But I know I've definitely been in it, and it's annoying me that I can't remember where it is now. I think that was probably the first fourth gen I've actually been in. But yeah, it'd probably have to be the Sterling ones right now.
Fourth gen I've been in is a 2016 KSS 470.
Oh, I've been in a 2017 KSS 470.
But the poshest I've been in is H&M Covent Garden, glass doors, mirrored roof, mirrored walls, and a fancy panel.
H&M love making their lifts posh, honestly. Some of their lifts are really nice.
Right.
Especially if you've seen some videos of lifts in H&M in New Zealand, some of the Schindler 5500s there, those are posh.
I'd love you them man.
Right, next
Right.
question set. Question set 5.
Set 5 from John Dufton is, well, first of all, he says, congratulations on the subs.
Yep, thank you very much.
Favourite lift?
Oh, favourite lift outright. Honestly, it's tied for about many. It's probably tied between that Ecodisc at the top of the funicular railway, Calendar Square's Europas, Wellgreen Car Park's Europas, Manchester's Mitsubishis, the Paternoster. I think I've already mentioned Ecodisc at the top of the funicular railway, the Beefeater Schindler 3300, and the Express Lifts of Liverpool, and whatever else is in my favourite lifts playlist. I'll link the playlist to an info card or whatever. But there's a playlist full of some of my favourite lifts. I think it's got almost everything except my school lifts. But there you go. There's a very quick lift list. Right, that's worked.
Worst lift?
Worst lift that I've seen? If we're just going on raw condition, then Calendar Square's Europas. They've kind of got to take that win easily. Let's just say that the condition of those is not really rivaled by anything else, probably in the whole of Scotland.
The rustier than, let me see how good my memory goes back. One of Falkirk, 1996. Well, that done about 250,000 miles.
Well,
and that was this.
I mean, yeah, like I say, those lifts well, actually, they're both broken right now. And if you've seen my videos, and you'll know what the shaft doors on level 6 for the left lift are like. And I really don't think we need to cover anything more, because I mean, the videos speak for themselves with those lifts. And if those don't speak for themselves, then my simulated ones do.
I'm pretty sure that shaft door at the top that was peeling away actually caved off the lift.
Ooh.
The last time I was there, that was missing.
Oh, wow. Right, question 3 then.
Right, question 3. Have you ever been stuck in a lift?
Now, I have to answer this with sort of. I'll run through a story. So, Dunelm and Inverness got itself a Horizon, or as I call it, a GSL lookalike, because we know the GSLs from your channel. But it was sitting on one, called it, got in, pressed the 0 button, doors closed. What happens is with these Horizons, once they get mostly closed, they then go for a really slow bit for the last little bit, probably so they don't slam. However, this time it did it a lot slower than normal. Really, really, really slow. Eventually closed all the way and didn't move. So I was just like, after a few seconds, I just looked up. Indicator was just blank completely. It turned off. And the buttons, they usually light up. They usually are lit up blue when not pressed. Those had turned off, and I was just like, no. So at that point, start spamming the buttons, see if anything happens, and of course nothing happened. So tried to open the inner door. It turns out it could actually be open, but it was a real pain to open. It was quite a heavy one. But it could be open, which basically told me that it had turned off or whatever before it had closed, because the interlocks hadn't latched. I'm pretty sure I didn't actually hear the interlocks latch at the time. So after standing around for a couple of minutes, because I kind of wanted to see if it was actually going to go anywhere or what, which it didn't. I think at one point, I don't know what happened, but at one point it moved very slightly, but for some reason, but it was just like the tiniest emotion that didn't do anything really. After a couple of minutes, it eventually decided to boot back up, and after what looked like the boot process, it was sitting on 1 but with 0 on the indicator. So I then pressed 1, and it sort of kept finding itself and life and whatever, and then it opened. But the one thing that I do regret not doing is, well, there's actually 2 things. The first one, filming it, but if it ever happens again, you bet I will. And then the second one, pressing 0 instead to see if it would open the wrong set of doors, because generic logic, you never know. And yeah, basically I got out on 1 and took the stairs, advising someone not to use it along the way, because I'd just been stuck in it for 5 minutes or whatever.
See, the only difference with the GSLs are when the display goes 0, you know you're stuck because for some reason it goes 0 as soon as it breaks. So the time I got stuck in Tatunk, all you heard for emergency stop is 0.
The sensible lift. Yeah, that's my very detailed answer to that question 3. The simplified answer is sort of yes, but sort of no, because it let me out itself and I didn't have to use the alarm.
You can climb out.
Well, I don't think that was really a viable strategy, to be honest, because I couldn't exactly see how.
To climb out them anyways after the whole Senate disaster, but we won't go into that. First of all, congratulations on reaching 1k subs from Lift Inspector.
Right, Lift Inspector, here we go. Thank you very much for the congratulations message.
I think we've had this one before, I could be wrong. But what is your favourite lift?
Yeah, we've definitely had this one before. Look at My Favourite Lifts playlist, and there you go.
Are you hoping to go overseas to film?
That's another one that we've had before. It just sort of, there's no immediate plans, but you never know what will happen in the future, really.
What is your least favourite lift?
Ooh, least favourite out of the lifts I've been in. It's actually a tough one. If I had to just go on like what's the most boring, then any modern Stana.
Oh, definitely.
Any modern Stana or any Leicester modernisation. Cough, cough, ThyssenKrupp with a space in between. In terms of like, that's pretty much as what I can really say on that is like Stanas and generic modernizations that have ruined old lifts.
Yeah. Question set 7's got 1.
Alright, who are we looking at here?
How did you start YouTube? Like, how did you become famous, ET?
Well, December 6th, 2017, I was like, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. Initially, I could only do Skyscraper Sim because I didn't actually get my camera until Christmas Day, I think it was. So it was very much the Skyscraper Sim channel at the start, and then slowly the real life lifts began to creep in. Initially, it was very slow, but after like July of 2018, that's July of 2018 is when the lift filming really started to kick itself up a gear. And really, it's just a matter of consistently uploading, well, fairly consistently, but now it's very consistently, with a proper scheduled upload rate instead of just, oh no, I need to edit or it's going to be over a week, and oh no. But yeah, it's just a consistent uploading and consistent high quality editing and all of that, and eventually the results started to show. It started to pay off, and well, here we are today.
Question 8. Now the questions are split over 2 different comments for Liston Island because I forgot there was a third one. So,
yep.
Question 1.
Oh, I've lost the comment.
What got you interested in lifts?
A mixture of a couple of different lifts. I'd say it would be my school lifts, the Beefeater Schindler 3300, and then the lifts at my local shopping centre, which I'm not going to name for privacy reasons. And those lifts, if you're wondering, at my local shopping centre, Ecodiscs, Otis 2000s with a rare voice, a UK lift which is now modernised by Jackson. Oh look, I have the panel for it, which you probably can't hear me pressing the button for. And everyone's favourite Oakland, it's really unreliable. And last time I saw it, which was quite a few weeks ago, it had been broken for several weeks, so who knows when they're going to fix it, if they're going to fix it, which they probably will eventually, and what condition it's going to be in, because let's just say every time it's broken, the out-of-order signs get vandalised by people going, "This is disgraceful, there's plenty of room, install a second lift." Whereas you've just got me like, that's not going to get you anywhere, vandalising the sign. If you're really upset about the lift, contact them online and be like, install a Kone Ecodisc in the place of that lift. It'll save you money in the long term, even if it's a big payout in the short term.
Theory is, if Jackson get their hands on it, all you've got to hear is doors closing, lift going up.
Well, I don't know who does the maintenance for that. I've never seen who does the maintenance for it, because it's just Morrison's own out of order signs. I've never seen the lift text or whatever, so I've no idea who actually does the maintenance of that.
I swear. Question 2. I've had this one for definite.
Yeah.
What's your favourite lift, boys?
Yeah, that one, I'm so professional, I can't actually remember what all I said to that, so just scroll back in the video to wherever it was.
Question 3. What does ZZ9 stand for?
That is a reference to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Earth is in the sector of space called ZZ9 Plural Z Alpha, which just so happens to be my Scratch username. Yeah!
Question set 8 is like question set 6. No, that's 1.
Is it question set 9? I've lost count now, but...
Finish lifts. Do you like the artist Alan Walker?
Wait, hold on, I've lost... Where's the comment? I can't find that comment. What are we looking for? Who is it I'm looking for? Oh, Moonage lifts. I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually know that name, so that's helpful.
Question set 10 from the 18th floor.
Right, let's find the comment. There's the comment.
My skyscrapers and buildings.
Well, I film many of those. I've actually, believe it or not, I've not been downloading much other buildings recently, mainly because I've had buildings of my own that I've been working on, cough cough car park, and some other things like the realistic Gen 2s or the Thistles lifts or the GSLs or whatever, and basically, and I've been playing a lot of Formula 1 and watching a lot of YouTube, so I don't really spend like much time on skyscraper sim except for recently when I've been working on the car park, so pretty much my skyscraper sim time is taken up working on my own buildings mostly, or occasionally just messing around with some lifts and some random building or something. Because why not? Or driving a vehicle around a building that didn't have it before. That's something I've done a lot.
Question 2. What is your favourite Conoco disc button?
Ooh, out of what I've seen, it would have to be a choice between a couple. KSS 140, KSS 470, or I think, what do you call it? KSS, so I think they call it like 970 or 670. It's like 670 buttons with a LCD indicator. I don't think that's 970's got like custom pictures on it, so it's not 970. I think it's like 670, but LCD indicator. I do actually like those LCD indicators, despite the fact I think a couple of people think that that's a cheaper option. And then if we include ones that I haven't seen, KSS 280, and I so badly want to see that fixture in person, but I haven't yet, and it's annoying me. I want to see one.
Yeah, because I can remember when we went to Stirling in August last year, saw the lift that you ordered and getting maintained by Cone. The first button set we said it should have was KSS 280.
Yep. But they chose 140, and I mean, to be honest, it's probably the right call, vandal resistant option, because you don't know how much of a beating it's going to take in the shopping centre setup. So I think 140 was probably the wise decision from a durability point of view.
Lifts show an example of the beating, because one of them, the door closed button was jammed, another one got replaced by Dewhurst US 89. Right. Question 3.
The contracts didn't have 89. They had just the regular circle US 91 or whatever.
What's 89? Is that the one I've got?
89's the one you've got. I'm pretty sure.
That is what Dewhurst. Yeah, it is. Dewhurst 98. That's it. Right.
Question 91, I think it is, or something. I'll look it up or whatever. I'll put it on the text in the video. There you go.
Question 3. Would you rather get caught by an office worker or security guard?
Well, I'd rather not get caught by any. But from my experiences of security guards before, and the fact that I don't think I've filmed in office buildings before. I can't really answer that, but certainly not security guards, because we all know what happened the first time that happened. Primark Lancaster, yeah. Primark Lancaster probably discouraged me from going back to Lancaster ever again because it just wasn't the best place for lift filmers to film lifts. It's not somewhere I'd recommend going because like there's not really the biggest amount there anyway, and then with Primark security existing there, it's just not an optimal place to be. Office worker, like I say, I've not filmed in office buildings, so I don't really have the data for that one. So I don't really know.
I want to film Stirling's pretty much everything because it goes doom, doom. Right. Question set 11 or is it 10?
I honestly I don't know anymore. That's just
Like 12. It's from Global Lifts and Transport 415. There's two. Wait, is there 2 or 3? There is 2.
There is 2 from Global Lifts and Transport 15.
Question 1. Have you seen you broke a lift?
Nope.
Question 2. We've had this one.
Yeah.
Will / have you / surf a lift?
Nope. Not unless someone invited me to do a video on topic, which I highly doubt will happen.
Question set 13 is from the YT guy.
We went from 11 to 13. What is going on?
I think 12 was the last one. Let's just go with. Question 1. What is your favourite lift of the Northeast?
Ooh, favourite lift of the Northeast. That's off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to say the Sega Dunham's Kone M series, that 9-floor glass lift. That is simply epic. Well, what can we think of for others? Debenham Zeldin Square I've mentioned in a previous question. That one's got a nice motor as well. There is actually expressed, but with expressed. All right, there isn't actually. I cannot speak anymore. There's a express with Dewhurst that I need to actually go ride sometime. I don't think it's going to quite have the wow factor because it's not got original buttons, but it's still an express. But I haven't actually been in that in person yet, although I have a rough idea of where to go to find it. So Kone M series at the Sega Dunham, that's going to be my pick for now anyway.
Question 2. What is your favourite lift of the entire UK?
We've kind of had this question a couple of times before, so I guess my favourite lifts playlist.
And question 3. What is your favourite bus?
The one that the radio leaked. No. I don't really know, to be honest. I've never really given that any thought. I suppose you're probably the best to answer that one. Even though it's a question to me, you can answer it.
Best I know that you've seen when I've been there is the one and only legendary Volvo B70L Paxton President LKO3 NGV 32297.
Well, there you go. I couldn't answer, but the one and only Safety Brakes Lifts could, and I just hit my mic a couple of times again, so if that comes across in the video, oopsie.
Question set 14 is from me.
Yes.
Question 1. Favourite lift voice?
Which we have covered a few times now.
Question 2. Favourite oldest lift?
Calendar Square's Europas, hands down.
Favourite dodgy lift?
Favourite dodgy lift? It is between the Europas or the Kleemans. I'd put the GSLs in there, but I haven't been in them in person, so I can't really draw the right amount of data to analyse them.
The GSLs are dodgier than the Europas, but in better condition.
Maybe the Kleemans just surpass that both a little. Who knows?
That's the end of all the questions.
Is that them all? Looks like it. Yeah, that looks like that's all of them, just on a glance. Yep. Might have missed one from... Did we get the one from British Lifts?
Where is that?
It's actually one of the newest ones, I think. I've got it up second from top.
My eyesight was being a weirdo. What is your favourite lift brand? That is the last question.
That is the last question. Well, that's a 2-part question, and one of those parts actually hasn't been asked yet. So the first part, favourite lift, the playlist. The second part, favourite lift brand, it would probably have to be between Mitsubishi, Kone, or Schindler, I'd have to say. As much as Otis did hit a high note with the Europas, their modern day lifts just don't live up to the standard. So it would have to be Mitsubishi, Kone, or Schindler.
I know how Otis can really improve.
Make
They
an
bring back
entirely new model of lift that's well built and uses Series 1. There you go, simple.
Europa parts, and to use the Otis 2000 logic. And why not use high-speed 60s motors? Because in the end, they'll go very fast, they'll be very efficient.
Well, why not just start making Europas again? Simple. No new designs
They
needed.
could.
It's a tried and tested design. Let's just go with it.
They technically could, because America still makes Series 1s. The buttons might be different, but they still make them.
I think they just make them for spare parts, so I don't think they actually install them.
Well, can they install them in the UK? We need them.
And the only reason I'd say that they install them for spare parts because I'm holding the call button right now. And I've been holding the call button for pretty much all of this recording.
I've got an indicator somewhere. I don't know where to put it. I was sitting
last time I saw a picture of it, it was hanging very precariously on a wall.
Kill everybody.
Alright, I think if that's all the questions, I think I'm going to wrap it up. So have you got anything you would like to say before I hit the deafen button again to outro the video? And now the connection lags. Try that again. You got any last words before I do the outro?
Oh, toilets. Lifts out of service.
And that was Safety Brakes Lifts, our guest for the Q&A answers video. And that is going to do it. I want to thank you all for watching. If you couldn't fit in your questions in this one, then don't worry. I'm sure you have a chance in the future with future Q&A. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up here because this recording has been going on for, oh dearie me, well over half an hour. So thank you for watching.